Do you know about my bed bug experience?
From Tor?
Yeah.
No, you mentioned it briefly when I did the
How long was the bed bug saga for you? For Matt, it was like, what, 2 months?
Saga.
No, just a month?
Not even. Just like, as soon as we found him out, we had a guy come and it took about a week. Sucked.
We have a really kind of like a top secret like way to get rid of them. Like the bed bug industry does not want you to know. This is this one crazy trick that the bed bug industry does not want you to know about, but it's absolutely true. They don't want you to know about it. It's called Semexa. It's a pulverized silica gel. So it's silica gel made into kind of like a fine powder, like talcum powder, but it's silica gel, like what you have in your pockets when you buy a new coat.
Yeah.
Or a pair of Timbs. And you just kind of basically putting it on the end of a paintbrush or like a makeup brush and painting the perimeter of your bed is enough to kill them. They get the tiniest bit of silica gel on them and it starts sucking the moisture through their exoskeleton, and they end up getting so dried out that their insides turn outwards. And it's an excruciating death for them.
So it feels good for you as the person dying out.
So we put the Semexa down, and we were getting bit every night. We brought them back with us from Baltimore, and we put the Semexa down, and that was the last night that they bit us. Use your body as bait, and you just paint the perimeter of your bed with a layer of this powder that you, as a human being, can't even see with your naked eye.
Okay.
And then they crawl through it and they die.
It's like a force field. It's like a really high tech piece of weaponry.
And it's dirt cheap. You get this much of it, like 20 ounces of it for $20 on Amazon, and that's enough for you as you could start a bed bug extermination company and use that all year.
When I had bed bugs, I was I didn't want my apartment to know, so I had to like sneak the guy in because he showed up in a big truck, and I was like,
hey. Should have let the apartment know so they wouldn't travel through the walls and stuff.
Well, that's how I got them. I think I don't know how else I would have gotten them. I think they had to come.
You didn't want to stop it from the apartment complex.
No, as long as they're gone from my place, I just don't want to be the one they blame.
Okay,
because someone else probably brought them in.
And tramps.
Are you cool with? Are you cool with that piece of knowledge though being let out to the world?
Are we live?
We could be.
Well, welcome to episode 202 of the SuperMegaCast. I'll let our guests introduce themselves. We have guests, by the way.
Guests,
so
it's been a while.
We usually don't have guests.
Thank you. Well,
do you put like applause in afterwards? Maybe
if you want applause, we'll put it in.
I'll put some in right here.
Yeah, we have like a little. I love those Elgato Stream Decks. Cut. I'm George Clanton.
Hell yeah. And we're also joined by
Negative Gemini.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Is that what you go by?
Neggy Jemmy.
Oh, hell yeah. That's even better. I wish I had a cool nickname like that. I just go by my great God-given name, Matthew. I was named after the Bible. And you were named after the Bible too, right?
No, I was named after a soap opera my mom really liked. A character in it was a cop whose name was Ryan. That's about all I know about my name.
Named after the Boys in Blue.
Yeah.
I thought you were named after a cop.
Not a real cop.
Oh, okay. So it's not
a
bad.
hot cop.
Is he hot?
No. He might have been.
Days of
Absolutely.
Our lives?
I would hope he would be. If my mom thinks about me at the same time she thinks about her lost love on a soap opera,
Hell
makes me glisten in more than
you
one
should
way.
look him up. You should see like who you're named after. You've never looked him up?
No, because it's. I wonder if it's going to be one of those things where it's like I'll start to see him as my real dad because
maybe they had
I'm based off of him.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say that.
Well,
I mean, my mom's a
listening right now.
Yeah.
So we can't talk about that.
Yeah.
But
Bit of a slut.
we have these wonderful guests on. For those who don't know, you all should know. But in case you don't, George and Lindsay are. Wait, do you ever go by your real name?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a secret. Okay,
No.
sorry. Okay, they are incredibly talented music producers and artists, and I'll put some more applause in right here. George goes by George Clanton. Lindsay goes by Negative Gemini, and I've been a fan of both of them for quite some time, so it's an honor to have them.
And I haven't.
Yeah, so Ryan.
So
It's okay.
I'm meeting them.
He's been an anti-fan. He's known about you guys, but he's like, I refuse to listen to that bullshit.
But this is a prerequisite. Before you continue with this podcast, you must listen to at least 2 or 3 of their tracks, and then you can continue this
Yes.
podcast.
So did Matt play you 2 or 3 tracks?
He did play me. Well, I played myself 2.
Okay.
They were the top ones on Spotify.
Okay.
I did make him a playlist once. I put
one was the top one, and one was the third top one.
Dumb and Slide. No, the number 1 is Make It Forever. Dude, I don't know. I'm just.
It's probably Make It Forever and It Makes the Babies One.
I could check right now. Matt knows I'm bad with names in general, and that's not just an excuse. I am. But
well, I made a playlist for you a while back, and I put some George Clanton in it. You don't remember?
no,
You didn't
Just
study all the
stick out.
songs I put in there for you?
I probably didn't even listen to the playlist.
No, dude. I get so excited when I make your playlist. I'm like, oh, he's gonna love all this stuff, but I just never hear back. I'm like, I hope you liked it.
I've been off of like finding out new tracks. I don't know what it is. Part of we always have to bring up COVID-19 during the podcast, but I haven't seen I haven't watched a movie in 2 months. I haven't updated my songs playlist. It's hard for me to just go in and be like, I want to experience new things and not be distracted by like a million other fucking things going on.
The last movie I saw in theaters was the Sonic movie, and if I had known that was gonna be the last movie I could see in
That was
theaters,
the last movie in theaters.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I guess there you go. I went and saw it, and halfway through spilled unsweetened iced tea all over my crotch. So for the remaining 30 minutes of the movie, I just sat there with iced tea all over my crotch. So that was my last movie going experience.
Cool. Was it good?
Yeah, it actually was. I did like the Sonic movie. I thought it was going to be bad. I wouldn't say it was good, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
Lindsay said, me and Lindsay almost got in a fight. We did. We got in
got
a
a
little bit of a
full-on
verbal altercation.
Wrestle. We were
wrestled?
wrestling.
Slap him around. Did you show him who's
We
boss?
saw the billboard. We were somewhere downtown and we saw the billboard for that
Cafe
movie.
Gratitude.
Was it Jim Carrey?
Yeah, Jim
That
Carrey.
was what we were talking
And
about.
George was like, it's Jim Carrey. And I was like, shut up, that's not Jim Carrey. And we
Then
got
I
in
said,
it.
yes, it is. And then she said, no, it's not. And then I said,
Right.
yes, it is. And then she said, no, it's not.
I
And then
did
one
not
thing went-
believe that it was Jim Carrey.
Was it Jim Carrey?
It is.
It is Jim
so.
Carrey. Why would
Who
you
is
not,
Jim Carrey? I'm kidding.
Would you didn't think he would take such a award-winning role
You
like
gotta
that?
see this billboard. They face tuned his
It's
face.
what he looks like in the film.
So wait, what's the? Have you
He's
seen
playing
the
a
film?
character, Lindsay.
No.
That's why his
What
face
is the
looks
film?
different.
So what is it? Because the
Sonic
last
the
thing I know that he
Hedgehog?
did was he did like this Mr. Rogers depressing type show,
Oh,
Thing.
kidding. I
Kidding.
want to see that because I heard that's actually really good.
and now this is a new project of his.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, I thought this was something new. I thought like this was a new project. We're still okay.
I thought you were joking. I thought you were like, so what is this Sonic thing?
I thought for some reason in my head I had it that we were talking about like this new billboard you saw of Jim Carrey, and then he looked weird for this new role. And I'm
This
like,
is actually a long time ago. He was just saying in the theater when he went into the theater.
got it.
Because if you're at home and you spill unsweetened iced tea on your pants, you can just change them out.
But in the theater, it's not quite as simple as that. It wasn't even, there was the person next to me that spilled it too, to make it even worse. So I just had to sit there and it was a big glass of unsweetened iced tea with a lot of ice. And it went, and because the seat's kind of slanted, like the front of the seat's a little bit higher up, it made it all pool right in my groin region. So I just sat there and it did not dry up. It's a dark, cold theater and not fun.
Hey, you didn't have to go up for a restroom break though.
That's true. Everyone would be like, oh, look, that guy peed himself. And when I left the theater, I was scared people would have thought that.
Yeah.
Because they'd say, look, that guy just came out of the Sonic movie with a large, wet perimeter
Looked
of
like pee-pee.
Brown, like someone with a liver a bile problem.
I remember this show, or I can't remember what it was. I don't know. Maybe it probably won't go anywhere. But it was a show where some kid like peed himself, or maybe it was a movie. Some kid peed himself, and then someone else purposely peed themselves. So,
Happy Gilmore.
yeah, no.
Big Daddy.
No,
It's one of those.
Billy Madison.
Billy
Billy
Madison.
Madison.
Yeah,
Okay. Have you seen Billy Madison?
I have not seen Billy Madison.
That's the greatest movie.
I thought Billy Madison, isn't Billy Madison the production company that Adam Sandler has?
Happy Madison is the.
Oh, okay. See, I get Happy
It's
Gilmore,
those two
Billy
mixed
Madison.
together.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
that
an
makes a lot of
adult
sense.
And he goes back to school.
Yeah.
And it has Chris Farley, and it has Norm Macdonald, the usual clan of Adam Sandler people.
His friends that he just puts in every movie and gives like $50 million to, like David Spade.
If you can do it, why not?
Oh,
you
if
can
I
just
was-
have fun with your friends.
If I was a bad actor like David Spade, but had the opportunity to get paid like $6 million to play like a really dumb character in an Adam Sandler movie, I would say yes every single time. That's like the easiest money in the world.
You actually did the soundtrack for the most recent Adam Sandler movie. I don't know if we're supposed to talk about it, but
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
okay.
You're not under NDA anymore?
Oh, NDA, non-disclosure agreement.
So he clearly didn't pay attention when he signed it. So that's what that's telling me, is that he shouldn't be talking about it. But
Or maybe he can, he just doesn't know. And he'll just figure that out later.
Yeah, so that was that was I'm not 1-0 Tricks Point Never.
are you?
I'm not.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I saw a picture of him on the internet.
Does he look like you? I don't know. No, I saw him outside of a movie theater once.
Did you?
I did.
Here in LA?
Mm-hmm. I saw Uncut Gems, and outside
He was there.
he was there, and so were the Safdie Bros. They're just standing outside talking to people, and One Tricks Point Never was just right there, and I was like, I did have a little freak out moment. I
That's
didn't get the gull up to talk to him. I wanted to, but I didn't want to be an annoying fan. But same with the Safdie Bros. I wanted to say hi, but I was like, and Adam Sandler was there. Just to
It's an afterthought.
You know
well,
how
he
it is
wasn't
when Adam's
outside
there.
with everyone. He was in the back, but like we saw Uncut Gems, and he did like a little Q&A with the Safdie Bros afterwards.
We saw Uncut Gems just hours after my colonoscopy. So. And the scene, you've seen Uncut Gems, right? baby?
I haven't.
Oh,
Oh shit!
this isn't spoiling anything. The movie literally starts with a point of view of a colonoscopy.
And Adam Sandler's
Ass.
colon. Yeah.
Or a colon, sorry.
And my favorite thing is Ryan was having some issues during that time period that were spanning several weeks. And I did not envy you at all during that period. He had some extreme issues going on with his body, and he had to get a colonoscopy right before we saw the premiere of Uncut Gems. And we'd been so excited to go see this movie, and Ryan's like, shit, I have to get this colonoscopy today. And I came and picked you up from the colonoscopy.
Yes, and Justin.
And
our
Justin,
editor.
that's right, yeah. And I love how you get that, and you're like, I just want to go watch a movie and have this traumatic thing out of my brain. And the first scene opens with like a microscopic shot of a colonoscopy. I just looked
That
over
is
you and I was
unreal.
like, I love this.
Now hold on. Would that have been the first time that you've had any
The first time I've
activity
had
inside of your butt?
Yes. Well, if the first time I
Official
would
activity.
say probably like at a vacation resort with a ballpoint pen, but with a doctor, yes.
But what I meant was like the ballpoint pen. So what I mean, so you found the colonoscopy to be a traumatic experience.
He's putting no, because if you remember, I was singing afterwards.
You were hot. You were very loopy when I came.
Did they
to pick
give you
up.
pain medicine to open you up like that?
I don't remember. He was definitely.
I
he
can't
kept
remember
trying to
too
say.
much.
Yeah, you kept saying like, no, I'm not high. I'm fully sober. But then you would start just like singing to the nurses and stuff. And I'm like,
I'd
no,
make
you're
like
definitely.
fart sound effects as the like nurses would pass and stuff.
Oh yeah, they'd walk by and he'd go, oh, just like messing with the nurses, and I was sitting there laughing, and I'm like, he's
Funny.
definitely gone.
Because they could take it. They could, if you're opened up, it wouldn't make that sound.
Exactly.
No.
So tell me, how much do they have to open? Now, Matt, I just want to get to the bottom of this.
Oh, I understand.
Okay,
so
I'm ready.
So how much do they have to open you up to get in there?
See, I don't think it's like they're gonna like forcefully dilate you.
They're not gonna like
They don't
crank it open.
because
No,
that's what they do to look inside of the woman.
That's gross. That's
Yeah.
disgusting. I didn't know that. Ew.
But all I remember was thinking how cool it was that I was seeing the inside of my anus, and that only the tip of a ballpoint pen has seen that before.
So it's kind of like
a
a little
camera.
it's like a little camera, and they don't have to open it up at all.
It's like a snake.
Not from what I remember, it was just okay. We're gonna lay you on your side. I'm like okay, and then look at this TV screen. I'm like okay, and they go, they shove it in my butt, and then I'm just looking at inside of my butt as they go around.
nothing.
And
Doo-doo is
sometimes
in there
they're
every
they're
single
messing
day.
stuff. I know, and luckily they drain you out beforehand.
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't having fun. You called me the
Well,
night
the first
before.
time it didn't work. I forget what it's called. The
Oh,
solution.
an enema or something? You had to do an enema?
Well, they do that, but it's like a magnesium solution.
Magnesium citrate. or
Yeah,
some
yeah,
shit
yeah.
Like that?
Where you just drink this like fruit drink they give you.
You can just buy it from just like CVS or like on the counter. And so like the first time I had it, nothing happened. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. The second time, I would say for 2 hours, probably more straight, I couldn't leave the toilet. And I know everyone says that, but it was a fire hose. It was a disaster.
He called me to prove it. Actually,
I have that all the time.
I do too. Actually,
Lindsay makes this food for me that it's really delicious, but you have to take an entire block of tofu and then it makes 2 meals. And I eat the whole thing without stopping. So I eat a half of a block of tofu, which is like, I think it's too much.
that's a lot of tofu.
Yeah.
When I have tofu, it's usually just like a little slice, and even that feels like too much because tofu is one of those foods where like I like it, but it's easy for a little amount to feel like too much because of the consistency, and it's just like I'm good on the tofu. It's like
Mapo
a
tofu is good though. It tastes delicious.
It is. But I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. I
Sorry.
don't like that silken soft. I don't like it when it's soft.
Oh no, I love it when it's soft. You like it when it's just.
See, I don't get to eat real meat, so I convince myself that tofu is good.
Well, there's like, have you had a samosa house at all? It's like this Indian vegan place where they use. Well, the chicken is probably some of my favorite chicken, and it's not even chicken. It's delicious. Anyone in the Santa Monica-ish
I've always wanted
area,
to try it. It sounds amazing.
Whoever wants to drive up with their mask and order some samosa house chicken, be my guest.
I've heard good things. I've heard Samosa House gets that chef's kiss. With
It looks the
3
same
fingers.
going
Sounds
in,
good.
going out.
Yeah, so you would never even know. I had a veggie grill. Veggie grill is really good. Like
Never had that.
Now, what is that? What do they do there?
they grill veggies.
Whoa.
On a grill.
Shit.
Yeah, but they tell you it's meat,
Okay.
and it's actually really delicious. It is like the closest thing I've ever had that's non-meat.
So, whoa, wait a second. Sorry, George is in the middle of drinking, and I had to. But you said you eat a lot of tofu, right?
Yeah.
You're okay.
I'm a tofu eater.
You're vegetarian?
Does that mean you're?
I say that.
We're more like pescatarian.
It's got a negative connotation to it, so we say that we're tofu eaters.
Okay.
You just choose tofu over meat.
We identify as tofu eaters, right?
Okay.
Would you be
Okay.
comfortable in sharing the last experience you had eating meat? Like, how long has it been since you've?
Was it not last night at my house with that pizza?
No. I was torn. I want to eat meat really bad. I think about it a lot. I want to taste it and chew it.
Yes.
But I don't want to think about it being a beautiful, vibrant creature with a family and,
But fish is okay
Memories.
because they're ugly.
Fish have nothing like, so mammals.
They're not cute.
They've got 2 eyeballs that kind of look like our eyeballs. They have the ears.
Fish have eyeballs.
They breathe.
Fish
Yeah,
have ears.
Fish
too.
also breathe.
Fish
Fish-
have big old ears. You've seen those ears?
Fish have eyes on the side of their head.
I think fish are cute, and I feel bad to eat them.
Do you eat octopus?
Oh, we really
stopped.
tried not to because
Because they're so smart.
Yeah.
They have personalities.
So-
Smarter than people.
if you put a hat on one, you'd respect it a lot more.
Exactly. And so the worth of killing and eating something is just how smart it is to you
No.
and how cute it is. So,
Yes. Okay.
So if you guys were to give birth to a beautiful baby boy,
But it was stupid.
he's stupid and ugly,
Oh,
would
we'd
you
eat
be
it.
okay with somebody eating him?
No. Now that you put it that way, I was leaning on yes, but now that I'm putting myself in that shoe,
It's like I might as well. What
It's
else?
just
am I gonna-
hypocrites. God.
I think the last time that I ate like actual meat was probably when I broke veg on my birthday when I was like 23 to eat a bacon wrap date.
Bacon wrap date?
Yeah.
And that was like 10 years ago.
What?
Damn.
Bacon wrap date? I've never
Oh my
contemplated
God.
anything,
if
but that sounds
you've never
good.
had a bacon wrap date, they're so good.
I've even heard of those two things together.
Have you ever had a
But
date?
Now I have to. No.
You can make a vegetarian.
I've heard of a
one
date.
with,
I've
like,
never had
fake
one.
bacon, but
You know?
and then okay, so they take the like pit out of the date and they put this like crushed up pistachios in the middle.
Ooh.
So imagine that with the bacon.
Oh, here's the thing. If I thought of that
Here's
on my
the
own,
thing.
Here's the thing. With Matt Watson.
Now, hold up. Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. If I thought of that recipe on my own, where I was like, all right, I'm gonna put bacon around a date and put pistachios on the inside, I feel like if I did that, people would be like, what the fuck? What are you doing? You're just mixing shit together. But like,
Who's judging people for what they do with their food?
my roommates?
Why would they care?
Because my roommate Harrison's a
Why would
master
they
chef.
care if you wrap a date in bacon?
Well, I would care because I'd be like, this is just weird. This is not right. But then if like a master chef did it, it's like, wow, this is next level shit. Like
If a master chef just put whipped cream on the center of a plate, people would be like, whoa.
yeah, and they'd pay $300.
You chose not to put the cherry on there for a reason.
It's just the cream on the plate, and you just get one little spoon. You scrape off the whipped cream, and
And he smashes it with a hammer, and then their minds get blown.
right in front of them, there's like a nice little thing of whipped cream, and he goes, bah, shatters the plate, and you have to lick the whipped cream off the shards of the plate. It's a $500 New York experience.
But like most meat eaters who are obnoxiously interested in people who don't typically eat meat, was there a specific point? Was there from my point of view, I would always picture it as one day I watch a film or I take a trip somewhere and experience something.
It was like that. I was in the library at school and I saw someone had left a stack of little pamphlets that were exposing the horrors of factory farming and whatnot. And
Vegetarian propaganda.
And I was only 19, so I actually never saw anything like that before. And so I was like, oh my God, this is... Can I say a bad word on this?
You can say any bad word you
That's
want.
not true.
Fart.
This is
George.
fucked.
Yes.
So then I stopped, and then I just stopped, never turned back.
Well, that's good though. You probably have. I imagine if we were to put your internal organs underneath some type of supercomputer to analyze them, if you combined me and Ryan's, it wouldn't even be a fourth of probably what yours are.
Well, I'm a smoker.
And I'm sitting
You're an
here,
alcoholic.
I'm drinking rum as we record this with straight pineapple juice. So
You said that you didn't have any.
no, I didn't. I said I had some.
You said you didn't have any. All we have is this awful Chinese
No, I said.
stuff.
Well, it's sitting right there if you want some of that Chinese stuff.
I mean, yeah, I was going to taste it. I was trying to finish my water first.
Wait, what is
No,
that
you
Chinese
definitely want
stuff?
some water to have while you taste that.
Oh, yeah.
Is it not good?
No, we tasted that on one of the podcasts. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Tucker Bros
I
come in
think
and
it's
taste
nail
this
polish
stuff.
remover.
If you want some alcohol, George, I've got some alcohol. I've got several bottles of gin here.
I got some mouthwash back at home.
60% sorghum, 20% rice, and 20% wheat.
We all know that sorghum really fucks you up.
What is sorghum?
Oh, come on. We all know.
I know sorghum powder.
No, I don't think we even need to mention it. We'll just let Matt.
I'm gonna feel stupid not knowing what sorghum
Yeah,
is.
because everyone knows, but you.
Everyone knows what sorghum is.
So one problem with this stuff, this is 52% alcohol.
It is?
So yeah, you've got your liquor and then plus another bottle of wine's worth of, you know what I'm saying, potency.
That is meant to kill someone.
So this is extremely strong. This would light on fire if you lit it.
We have a lighter right here if you'd like to
Wow.
test it.
Just stick it down in there and then go.
Yeah. Then just end this house. I forced myself to watch a vegetarian propaganda movie because I wanted to be vegetarian because I thought that it would I thought that women would think this guy stands for something. And I thought that it was cool and trendy and
I think it is an admirable thing for someone
See?
to stand
See?
for something.
For some
I know.
people.
I couldn't
For
have
some
bagged-
people.
I couldn't have bagged this up
See,
without being a vegetarian.
That's right. I could not date someone who ate meat. I
Could you not?
couldn't.
no, he's going for it. He's having a little sip of the
I
thing it's baijiu.
tried. It's gross.
But it's just they're just disgusting people.
no. It's just
It's like they're pieces of shit
well,
that
you
don't care.
You know, it's not like that, but food is such a communal thing, and
No, like, what
if you don't want to eat the same things, it's like, okay, well, where's the fun in that?
I dead
Kick him
ass
to the
could
curb.
sip this.
Are you
Wait, what?
serious?
Yeah.
I watched
sip that?
you guys are talking, he takes a sip, and I can't tell if he's about to be like, that's horrible, but he's just sitting there you could sip that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Really?
Yeah, I think you put an ice cube in this.
I can go get you an ice cube if you would like a glass of
Yeah.
it. It's what they drink at Chinese celebrations.
I mean, I can understand. So when you told me that, if you were giving this to me as a drink, I would be disappointed. But I was, different cultures have a different set of flavors.
Right.
I think it tastes like it smells. Now, one problem that you may have had is just bypassing your tongue and going straight down. I let it sit in my mouth for a minute, which is kind of like doubling down on the risk.
It is, because you might experience some more flavor notes and really feel it expand over the palate that way.
Yeah, but it also, those flavor notes might be the dog shit that you've been describing.
Exactly, which you kind of just want to get down ASAP.
But it opened up like a fruit. It tastes like fruit.
I could try another sip.
No,
It tastes like
I'll try another
candies.
sip.
It tastes like weird.
It
like
tasted like
candies
blue
that you
cheese
get
last
another
time I tasted it.
Like a stepmom type of candy,
kind of, or like maybe
like
something
an older
that
stepmom type.
you
of
think
candy.
it's a mint, but you're leaving this like really authentic Chinese restaurant, and it's
Okay.
like you can't read what it is.
Some weird herbal. Yeah. Oh, he's going for seconds. I'll let it sit across my palate. I'll let it. Your eyes are watering right now.
See, I don't like alcohol to begin with.
Yeah, he doesn't
so-
really drink.
Yeah,
And this is
I do smoke cigarettes, but but the line is drinking.
alcohol. That's where that's the line.
It's really unusual because I'll describe the way that I perceive it. You said that it was a blue cheese flavor mixed with something in chemicals.
Let me go for it.
I'm getting it's a big time like Jolly Rancher flavor, and
You gotta let it sit in your mouth, Matt.
Okay.
and that turns, and then it ends. It's very unusual because it ends with almost like a leather flavor. So you've got the weird like
It's
almost
not the
like
beginning.
whiskey.
The beginning is okay, actually.
It's fruity, and then it's fruity with like a leathery a leather boot finish, which is unusual.
It's got a
but
blue cheese leathery boot finish. The finish is. So he doesn't. He makes that face when he tastes vodka. So, so this-
Listen, I'm not saying that I'm going to buy this,
you can have it if you want.
but no, I don't. I would drink something else every single time over that. But the way that you built it up to be making such a crybaby face about it, I don't know.
Well, it's actually okay.
I think it's kind of fun because it's so unusual.
It is unusual.
I do want to taste it again to kind of tear it apart and figure it
You
out.
can have as many sips as you want.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, once the
Who's
you know
driving?
Oh, I am.
what, Lindsay, do you want
Okay,
to
good,
have a couple
good,
sips?
I'm kind of.
She tried it in the. It has the aftertaste is like a mango high chew. Like when you burp, it's like a high chew, and that's the best thing I could say about it.
That's the initial taste is for me. When I'm letting it, I let it sit on my tongue, and I'm getting this high chew, this candy. It's this weird fruit candy. I said Jolly Rancher, but high chew is probably more accurate. Yeah. Then when you swallow it, my tongue has this leather boot flavor. It tastes like, I mean, I've tasted a leather boot before.
Like
That's what it tastes like.
Like if Haichu kind of melted on your couch in some way, and you let that sit like a leather couch
On like a
and then
black leather couch.
Leather,
Yeah.
and
That's
some-
a really good way to put it. And also, like maybe the night before, you would have had some kind of like, some kind of food that had blue cheese that kind of fell in your
I don't
couch.
taste the blue
You
I
don't
don't
cheese
taste
at
the
all.
blue cheese?
either.
I really do when I it's like it's not at the
No,
end
it's
of it,
after the fact.
It's in the middle.
For me, it's like a little bit maybe after the fact. I love blue cheese though. I feel like
I think I know what you're, but the blue cheese, that's in your, I mean, that's in the eye of the beholder. It's in the tongue of the beholder because the blue cheese, what makes blue cheese taste different? It's got like a tanginess, you know, it's tangy.
The
bitter, too.
mold.
Yeah. And to me, I'm just associating that as the carryover from the haichu.
Okay, so I'm looking it up on Wikipedia.
All right.
The literal meaning of the name means burnt liquor.
Okay.
It's made from fermented sorghum, although other grains may be used. And some southeastern Chinese styles may employ rice or glutinous rice, while other Chinese varieties may use wheat, barley, millet, or Job's tears. I don't know what that is. What the hell is
Job's
Job's
tears.
tears. It's a plant called
R.I.P.
Job's tears.
Steve.
It's tears of Stephen Jobs.
That's why it's so expensive.
Yeah, that's why it's so good. I'm trying to figure out what's in it. It's just grain and it's burnt.
Yeah.
Wait, it's sold. It's the world's best-selling liquor.
No.
It sells more than whiskey, vodka, gin, rum, and tequila combined every year.
What?
Fun fact. I had no idea it was that popular. Wow.
I don't like any of those things.
You don't like any of those alcohols? You don't like gin because he's like,
Tastes like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
No, I love it.
That's why I like it.
I love the smell of
I
a
like
Christmas
it.
tree, but I don't want to drink one.
Juniper is. You know what's funny? If I go on a nice gin bender, my BO will smell like Christmas tree for about 3 days,
Really?
which is really not good. But that's like just the
Oh,
juniper.
it's
is
probably
like,
better than what you get normally.
Yeah.
No, I can see, if you get like a high potency alcohol, it always is a little bit harder to take straight.
Oh yeah, but you can't really mix that with anything, right? Like that is such a unique flavor.
I bet that you absolutely could. I'm sure that whoever is buying, the most, it's the best selling alcohol. I'm sure that there's all kinds of things that you can do with it that you don't know anything about.
You could drizzle some over an egg tart, probably. Be delicious.
You could, yeah. You could.
Yeah.
You could butt chug it so you don't have to taste it.
Wait,
Oh.
okay.
Have you guys
Don't
ever
say
done
butt
that?
chug.
I've never butt chugged. I'm too because like I that's a really good way to get alcohol poisoning. So all the teens listening that are like, I want a new wacky way to drink. Don't stick it up your ass. Just drink alcohol like a regular adult, and don't get alcohol poisoning by sticking a tampon of vodka up your ass. And George's face right now is suggesting maybe it's.
I say
fun.
don't
Okay, Twinkle
don't drink
Toes.
alcohol at all. I think alcohol is like one of the biggest problems with civilization.
No, I mean it's literally poison for the body.
Yeah, and it makes
it's poison
you
that makes
crazy.
you feel funny.
Like you're probably going to regret so many things that you've done. I know that you do already, but like things that you haven't.
Don't make it feel
No,
bad.
but things that you haven't even done yet. Things you haven't even done yet are going to be the alcohol is going to be directly responsible for it, and you're going to regret it. And it's such a terrible. It's a worse drug.
One day SuperMega is going to be over and you're going to be looking back and you're going to wish you
crying.
didn't take that fucking sip of alcohol that night.
I wish I had that baijiu that one day.
It's so addictive. I mean,
It is.
It's
For me, it's not,
I
just
was
'cause I find it
very
so gross.
controlled by it for a long time.
Yeah, I'm similar. Like I'm not an alcoholic. Okay, sitting here on my this feels like an intervention. I'm sitting here, I'm like, I'm not an alcoholic. I enjoy alcohol a lot.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
You enjoy the getting to the height of alcohol a lot.
Being
though.
drunk is fun,
Yeah, yeah.
and I don't want any.
See, I find it miserable most of the time. I find like I'm stuck in this state and I
Same.
feel like claustrophobic and anxious.
I used to feel like that, and now I feel like that.
Yeah, I think it's also just different effects on
the
different
audience.
people's
I
bodies.
pointed at Matt
Yes.
and I pointed at Ryan.
So yeah, respectively me and then Ryan, because what I've noticed about you when we get drunk is you'll be having a really, really good time. Evan, it'll just be that one sip, you're like, oh, I hate this. Oh,
Because I know it's just one sip too many. And it's like, well, it's just gonna. I have to just wait this out. I just have to. Because I mean, what am I gonna do? Like, I guess I could drink a lot of water and piss a lot.
that's all you really
but-
can do. I remember in high school in like those education classes about like alcohol and drugs, they're like, when you're drunk, there's nothing you can do. And it's kind of true. Like taking a shower is not really going to help. Like if you're really drunk, it's like you just have to give it time because you get it out by breathing.
You can throw up.
You can, yeah, and that's a great method to. But I wouldn't suggest
it's not fun.
I would.
convincing people. Well, if you're really drunk, it does help. I will say.
If you made a mistake, young people are going to make mistakes. And I think there's nothing embarrassing about forcing yourself to throw up.
I did it last night after you left my house.
Did you?
We had like 5 bottles of wine yesterday.
And he also ate like a whole pizza.
I did.
Wow.
So,
And I saw that pizza again.
Oh,
and he is worried about his figure.
you're gonna hate that pizza now.
No,
The hell no.
that's from Hail Mary, which is a delicious pizza place in Los
Yes.
Angeles. I could never hate Hail Mary. Ryan has never had Hail Mary. Ryan would kill Hail Mary. And when I went to bed, I left the pizza on the kitchen table.
I wouldn't kill.
I think you would. I think you would kill for it. Commit cold-blooded first-degree murder, premeditated.
I'm a piece of shit. I just get white frozen pizzas from the grocery store and Papa John's.
There's nothing
That's all
wrong
I
with that.
need.
It's
Papa
your own personal
John's.
tastes. I just said tastes.
Do you not like Papa?
No, I do. I do.
Just like it more.
I loved it when I was a
Until
kid.
he left, that was the biggest
and
reason.
now
Yeah.
that I still like having it, but when I have it, I'm like, this isn't as good as I remember. So was it better back then, or was I just a stupid kid and it was exactly the same pizza, but I just liked it?
We talk about that a lot.
Well, we talk about that even with SuperMega, because let's say that someone starts watching us when they're 17 and it's really funny, and then when they're 21 or 22, they don't find it as funny, and it's like they've changed.
But it's still
like,
just as funny.
It's just as funny. It's never changed.
If not funnier. It's them who are the problem.
They are the problem. But I felt the same way because on 4th of July, I went and I bought those popsicles, bomb pops, where they're like the red, white, and blue ones. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I took it out of the thing, and I was like, these used to be like twice the size of this and not be as disgusting looking, where like the colors bleed together. I thought these used to be like cartoon-esque beautiful popsicles, and they were like this big, and I was like, was I just smaller and they felt bigger?
I think both. Those were definitely used to be big, and I think that you could still get a big one in the right place.
Ice cream truck, probably.
Yeah, you got to
go around.
You got to go to the right place. Like if you buy it in the grocery store, you're not going to get the good shit because, they're banking on people. Nobody buys those pops all the time. It's like the kid goes by and it goes, "Mommy, mommy, mommy," and then you have to buy them. But the product is enlarged to show detail. So you sell one box of them. You're never going to sell a second box no matter what, so it doesn't matter. But at the swimming pool, like that's where they're going to carry these items, or on the beach.
Actually, the swimming pool, like I used to go when I was young, always that's where I would eat most of my snacks.
Because you sell them.
Yep.
Because you see somebody else have them.
Yep.
And then you go, "Mommy, mommy, mommy, I want this now."
Exactly.
But if you saw a little dinker that wasn't worth a shit, you wouldn't even notice. You wouldn't even notice that somebody had a rocket pop.
No, exactly. Yeah.
You just be like, how do I not be that kid?
Yeah. How do I not be that kid with that gross tiny ass popsicle? Like, did you make that at home with some like leftover juice? No, it's gross. So I do think that it's a mix between the two, because I feel the same way about so many things where I'm like, did I change or did this change?
Yeah.
Like Trix
Papa
yogurt.
John's is still delicious.
Papa John's is really good.
It's still pretty good.
Unfortunately, when Papa John left the company, I boycotted them and stopped eating their pizza. Because
Understandable.
and that's why you thought it changed as well. You telling me that before the podcast.
You're a big proponent of freedom of speech and believe that he should have stayed on board.
Right.
I'm on the same page.
We're on the same page, Lindsay.
Just
Don't
the
worry.
pizza's changed for you.
Yeah. But how about some ad reads?
Nah.
Okay.
JK.
Oh, shit.
Nah. JK again.
Okay. You goober.
We all shop online, and we've all seen that promo code field taunt us at checkout. But thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is a thing of the past. Honey is the free browser extension that finds promo codes for you and automatically applies them to your card. Imagine you're shopping on one of your favorite sites. Let me give you an example. Recently, I had to buy a plane ticket, and I was on AmericanAirlines.com, and Honey jumped on through the screen, reached to my wallet, and put a couple dollars in there because I saved some cash on my plane ticket. When you check out, the Honey button drops down, and all you have to do is click Apply Coupons. Wait a few seconds as Honey scans its database of all the working coupons for that site, and then watch the prices drop. I've also used Honey to save money on things like shoes, shirts, and gadgets off of Amazon. One time I even saved $15 on a pair of Nike Cortezes. Look at that. Honey now supports over 30,000 stores online. For example, Forever 21, Walmart, DoorDash, Newegg, Lululemon, and it's found its over 17 million members over $2 billion in savings. So if you don't already have Honey, you could be straight up missing out on free money. It's literally free and installs in a few seconds. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting this podcast. So get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/megacast. That's joinhoney.com/megacast. Ryan's still in the bathroom, so I'm going to take one more. Why not? Summer is in full action, and we're thankful for our sponsor today, Manscaped, for keeping us fresh. Sun's out, bums out, and hopefully your pubes are not out too. Manscaped offers all the right tools to keep your hair groomed above and below the belt. Oh, I hear Ryan in the bathroom. I think he's shaving his pubes with the new Manscaped kit. Oh, he's screaming in joy. It's working great, isn't it, Ryan? Manscaped is dedicated to helping you level up your full-body grooming game. They actually just released their Shears 2.0 nail kit, which is the perfect add-on to their Lawnmower 3.0 or Perfect package. The Shears 2.0 is a luxury 4-piece nail kit featuring tempered stainless steel tools, and it includes slashed-tipped tweezers, rounded point scissors, fingernail clippers, and a medium grit nail file. Damn! You're probably wearing flip-flops, and people don't want to see those nasty unclipped toes of yours. No one likes an ungroomed set of feet, fingers, and most importantly, fellas, those balls. That's why they have forever changed the grooming game with their Perfect Package 3.0. The Perfect Package 3.0 kit comes with the essential Lawnmower 3.0 waterproof cordless body trimmer and a ton of other liquid formulations to round out your manscaping routine. This is the best trimmer on the market for those of you in need of a chest shave or a ball cleanup. This third-generation trimmer features skin-safe technology to reduce manscaping accidents. Inside the perfect package, you'll also find the Manscaped Crop Preserver, an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer, because we know how painful chafing can be when you're wearing your bathing suit all day. You'll also find the Crop Reviver, a testy toner that's designed to give you a pep in your step. Subscribe to the perfect package and get a new blade refill for your lawnmower trimmer delivered to your door every 3 months. And for a limited time, subscribers get 2 free gifts. That's right, 2 free gifts. The Shed Travel Bag, $39 value added, and the patented high-performance Reduce Chafing Manscaped Boxer Briefs. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code SuperMega20 at manscaped.com. Do yourself a favor and always use the right tools for the job. That's right. I shave my balls with Manscaped, and I gotta say, it's an incredible feeling when I shave my nuts. Thank you, Manscaped.
Do you guys write them yourself, or does someone else write them?
They give us like a script.
Company secret.
Yeah. They give us like a loose script, and it's like, say these things, and then we'll kind of like fuck around and like mix those talking points in with whatever.
And use the fuck word sometimes in them.
Yeah, we do.
You guys do a good job of making it entertaining even to listen to the ad. So
Thank
It's
you.
like,
We have a fan over here.
I was drinking so much alcohol. I had a whole bottle of wine last night, Ryan. Can you believe it? Yeah, I can believe it. That's why I don't drink anymore. And I couldn't get hard at all. In fact, I haven't been able to get hard for the longest time. What am I, but you know what? I have these blue pills, and I took one of those blue pills, and I'm hard right now.
Did you chew on it? Did you chew on the blue?
I chewed on the blue chew, and I'm hard right now.
Well, the thing is, actually, they're not sponsoring this episode, so that would be free promotion. Well, now I feel embarrassed because when George said last night he couldn't get hard, I looked at him and I mouthed "me too," and then I realized he was doing a bit. So that was a bit as well, George. That was also a bit.
Yeah, I was doing you.
Yeah.
I was giving you some material for next time.
I also like this whole podcast. I've been looking at you through the tiny half an inch crack between the microphone stand because Lindsay's microphone is directly in front of George's face.
No, you're not going to be able to describe this in a way that they can understand.
It perfectly, basically, like George looks like a ninja because only his eyes are showing.
He looks like Ninja Brian.
You should take a photo.
Looks like Ninja the streamer.
You should take a photo of what your
and I'll put it up. Yeah,
so they understand. Because I can only see your eyes too, but that's all I want to see.
Ready? Or smile. I made sure to get the Tom Brady and Son poster in the background.
Yeah,
which is
yeah. Here's a picture of Lindsay smiling too.
It's all eyes when it comes to men.
That's nice. Yeah, so I've really enjoyed so far on this podcast. I've been able to really just, you have such a beautiful face, George, but I've never noticed how emotive and descriptive your eyes are. So not seeing the rest of your face, but really just focusing on your eyes has.
And you're just a dead-eyed fucking like monster.
Okay, well. Thank you to our guests for coming on.
And we gotta go.
Do I have dead eyes?
No.
We both kind of have that look. We both kind of have that like heroin look to us.
I'm not, I don't know what that is. I just get it a lot. People
I get that a lot too. People always like, is Matt sick? Has Matt been sleeping enough?
And you haven't been.
And no, I haven't.
And you don't eat right.
I eat right.
You do eat right.
I don't necessarily sleep excellently, but I don't like drink very much, and I don't, I don't do a lot of.
Matt, look at this.
I just don't exercise. So everything else that I do is pretty healthy. I think I have a mentally unhealthy life, and I don't exercise.
Who cares about that?
But my eyes have always looked like this from day one.
Sam, I've always had really dark circles. I look at pictures of myself when I was 4. I had these big ass dark circles, and everyone's like, Matt looks like he's on chemotherapy and smokes crack, and it's like, yep, I do.
What is it with these fans that are so horrible, and they just want to be mean to you and they want to crush you? But then they also want to listen and follow along with everything you're doing and send you money, send you Timberlands and I said Timberlands like Timberland.
Like the artist.
Yeah, Timberlands. And they basically are your cuck,
Yeah. I think
that's how I would describe. Well,
yeah.
Our Patreon users are definitely our
they're not. I think that I think a good way to describe it is, remember in elementary school, I'd say, Dad, this girl is being so mean to me. And he'd say, well, son, that's because she has a crush on you. It's because she likes you.
That was never true.
That was never true. Yeah,
Girls do that to guys?
No.
Do they not?
I think that's just what you tell your son. When
Yeah,
he's
no,
a
my dad would be
loser.
like, son,
I
this girl's
thought
being
that
mean to you
was
because she
only a
likes
boy
you.
thing.
Do boys do
Boys
that?
are just
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're
mean?
Boys will be
very
boys.
abusive.
Yeah.
Very, very.
High five. Boys will be boys, right? Right, George?
Yeah.
See?
Well, you know what? It's funny. I'm
confident.
very against abuse, abusing women. Just
You're against abuse?
I'm against abusing women in general.
No, but okay, you say that, but it's like all women. Some women deserve to be abused. Like if a woman's coming at you with a gun,
Yeah.
how
You
am I
got me
supposed to
there.
defend myself unless I abuse her?
Do you agree with this, Lindsay?
I think that
I love the people that go to the.
She's twirling her hair right now, like,
I love the people that go to the outer like stretches of like you shouldn't beat women. Yeah, but what if one has a gun and is running at me?
But I'm saying abusing. I didn't say beat. So I say you shouldn't abuse women, and that would be beating responsibly.
Is beating not abusive? to
beating
you?
responsibly. if she has a gun.
If she has a gun, then you're beating them responsibly.
That's self-defense. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, but yeah, men can sometimes be known to flirt in this way. I don't know if it's right or if it's wrong,
Like
but it
beating
did
women?
work on Lindsay. No, I just assume you're going to edit all that out, edit all the funny bits out, and because I've listened to all your other podcasts, I just figured that's how it goes.
Have you ever listened to one of our podcasts?
Boink. Yeah, I've listened to half of like 4 of them,
That's a lie. You've listened to
all of them.
no. You've listened to 2.5.
Well, I haven't even known Matt for very long, and we can get
We
into
really
that.
just met like last month.
But I wasn't really aware of. I was aware of you is in equal measure. As you're aware, it's hard to be aware of everyone.
Oh, of course.
But Matt, he was one of my cucks, so he was easy to get. He was sliding in the DM.
Did he slide into your
I did
DMs?
slide in the DMs.
See, that's something that Matt has always been the one out of the two of us to slide into people's DMs. I'm on Twitter probably once every few days.
He's making it happen.
He is. That's what.
I'm apprehensive to slide in DMs, and then Lindsay started doing it, and our whole life just have changed.
Well, that's the thing is I used to feel really self-conscious.
What if someone tells me to fuck off?
Well, then that's the worst thing that can happen. But
That's pretty bad.
that would be embarrassing. But the thing is, it's like we're in this industry.
You're
this
verified.
person
When you're verified
exactly.
and
You're
you slide
verified.
to the VDMs, it's like a great.
Yeah, but journalists who have
Let it rip.
200
No, Lindsay,
followers
spit it
are
out.
verified.
Spit it out,
Spit it
baby.
out, Lindsay.
It's like a gift from the gods.
Wait.
I don't read DMs because I get so much abuse through DM that because people are too
No,
We do
this
too.
is-
people are
I'm
too
purely
fucking
output. I do
cowardly
not-
to say it on in public using their name or
Yeah.
whatever.
Or they'll create a new Twitter account and just do it. I've seen a lot of those.
Not epic.
They want to say you fucking cuck, like look at this dead deer that I gutted, like you fucking like that like as all that fucking riot, it's a conspiracy theory and I'm gonna fucking kill you and I'm gonna kill your wife and shit like that. So if you don't read it, it doesn't come true.
Exactly.
So
That's why I turned off my Twitter DMs.
But we get somebody threatened to kill Lindsay on a comment on one of my photos of me because I was wearing a mask. And then he said that he said,
let's
you're
see.
such a cuck wearing a mask. I'm going to R and M your wife. And you're not going to do anything about it. M is murder.
Oh.
R is rake.
It's gonna hit her with a rake.
And
I have a confession.
What do you do?
We were just messing around. Sorry.
Just having fun.
Sorry if we caused you guys any stress. That was kind of our plan to get you on the podcast. Was like if we make this account and harass them, then they'll eventually do it.
But I don't know if I can ever push past the whole like sliding into someone else's DMs. I don't know.
The way I did it was like, I do it to people that I'm genuinely a fan of. I'm not gonna hit up fucking Jeffree Star and be like, hey man, what's up?
You did hit up Angry Joe.
Well, I'm a fan of Angry Joe. Also, he never followed me back.
He
or
didn't.
responded.
He
But
didn't.
I've always been a fan of you guys. And then George one day followed me back, and I said, "Well, golly gosh, I should say hey, because I have friends that know you, and they said you're really down to earth." So I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna say hey." And then I don't really remember the rest. And then I just ended up on your podcast, the 100% Electronica podcast, the stream you guys do, which, may I say, is by far the most impressive. I talked about it already on SuperMega. It's the most impressive, cool fucking setup
Thank you.
I've ever seen. And Ryan should go on and see that with his own 2 eyes. Because you guys have the 100% Electronica. We didn't even mention this. You guys are the people behind 100% Electronica. And
God, we should maybe do the intro again then.
we can redo the intro.
We'll layer on all of our accolades.
Yeah. Because I realized we just talked about bed bugs and didn't really get that great of an introduction.
Welcome to the SuperMegaCast.
I'm also 6'4". I think that we should put that in because that's a rare height.
Okay, I have a question for you. If God came down from heaven and gave you the option to give you one, just to take one of your inches,
Yeah.
to give to me so I could finally be 6 foot even,
Because he's 5'11".
would you?
Yeah.
Matt, for the longest time, says he would not give up a single one of his inches to make me 6 foot. He'd still be well over 6 foot.
Well, maybe not you, but somebody who is a very close friend of mine.
But not me.
No.
That's the specific question I
me
have.
defend
Yeah, okay,
myself.
no,
You're
I
gonna
wouldn't.
turn around
but he
on me
should.
now?
No, let
He
me defend
should.
myself
because
on
I
this.
have
You have more inches than he does,
I
though.
have 5'11" friends who I would need to hook up first. But if it was the only option,
But they're not asking you for the inch. I'm asking
what would you
for the
do
inch.
for me? I mean, could you
Anything
throw
you
me some of that
want.
Patreon money?
If you want.
That's worth being taller.
Yeah, I'll listen. We could
50% of our Patreon income for an inch.
Shove it.
Here's where I want to defend myself on this one is, unlike George, I'm only 6'2". George is a 6'4".
yeah.
You'd still be over 6
I'd be
foot.
6'1".
You'd
That's
still
not
be
that much over 6. I
Yeah,
like being
but then you
6'2"
could
because I want to be as tall as I possibly can. So when you're
How do you
only,
think I
when
feel?
you're
I
only-
wanna be as tall as I
know,
possibly
but then
can.
we're not a crazy looking dynamic.
We're
duo.
still not a crazy looking dynamic. We're only 3 inches apart.
I know, but then we'll only be 1 inch apart at that point.
Exactly. It'll be cool.
No, because I want to be taller than 6'1".
Why?
Because I'm skinny. Here's the thing, Ryan. I'm really skinny, and if I'm
If
not,
you gave me that
you
inch,
could
you
get
know how
fat.
much weight would drop off? All of my weight would just drop off. I wouldn't have tits anymore.
but maybe I like those. You know,
Shit, man.
maybe that's what I like about you.
You just got to be comfortable in the skin you're in because it's not going to change. God's not going to come down. He's not interested in how tall you are.
You don't know
I
that.
thought you were going to say that you would put the inch somewhere else.
God most definitely cares about how tall I am.
Would you, George? Would you give up 1 inch of height for an inch of penis?
Yeah, I'd give up an inch of height for a millimeter.
So wait, would you give up an inch of height for an inch of penis? For an inch of my penis?
Oh,
In you?
What?
well, this is a weird situation because I'd be more willing to give you an inch of penis than an inch of height.
Like
He's
you're
got-
gonna
he's
give
got
me an inch of
inches to
penis,
spare.
or you're giving me an
I'm
inch
giving
of
you an
your
inch of
penis?
my height to add to your penis length. Because height, then outwardly, that makes you more attractive and me less attractive. But the penis thing would only...
I still think being over 6 foot makes you as hot as fuck, dude.
Okay,
Just
Ryan,
give
you know
me
what?
one of those inches, 6 foot.
I'll concede. I'll be 6'1", he can be 6 foot.
There you go.
But you don't strike
got
me
what
as
you
someone
want.
under. You don't give off under 6 foot energy. A lot of men do.
I
a
have
lot
a
of men.
hunch
Most
because I'm at my desk a lot.
Aren't
you know?
most people under 6 feet?
Yes.
So what do you mean under 6 foot energy? Isn't that just normal?
Well, all men should
See what
be
I have
over
to put
6
up
feet.
with? This is why I want that inch. I want to stop being made fun of by these tall people.
He's throwing shade like really cryptically.
Yes. As he tends to do.
He's like, you don't really give off under 6 foot energy, but you know how, George, you and me, you know how there's like this under 6 foot energy. He's just throwing that shade.
Ryan, if you can organize a surgery to take an inch off of my height and give it to you, I swear to Christ, I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm not paying for anything.
Okay.
I think you could probably do it with 50% Patreon money.
I'll find some loophole in your words to be like an inch of your height. Does that mean like
I go ahead and protect
your
myself.
surgery where
I-
they take just some of your fat and add it to my elbow?
What fat do I have?
Or my shoulder.
That's not true, actually. I started
You heard
getting
it here first, Cucks. If you donate to the Patreon, we're going to open Matt up and put him inside of Ryan once and for all.
They're gonna shrink me down and put me inside Ryan, which will make him a little bit taller.
But again, you would, being 6'4", you wouldn't give up one of your inches for me. You know?
He already said he would.
Now
What
listen.
about less than an inch? Because I probably don't even need a full inch to make
I
it
would
to
give
6
half an
foot.
inch to you in a heartbeat.
Would you give half an inch to me in a heartbeat?
You'd be 6'3.5". That's really tall.
Then I would finally be 6 foot.
Really? You're only a half inch off?
Probably.
No. If you gave six,
If you gave half an
Oh.
inch and he gave half an inch.
Yeah.
Lindsay, how tall are you?
So you,
Like 5'3"?
She can spare an inch.
give me, yeah.
would you be 5'2" for him to be 6 foot?
No.
How much of a difference is 5'2" and 5'3"?
It's awful.
though?
I already can't reach like the second shelf in the kitchen.
Do you feel like you're ever just an inch off of something?
I feel like I'm a couple inches off.
See, then 5'2" and 5'3",
then it doesn't matter.
It wouldn't matter.
Look at how my muscles
It's
have
awful.
atrophied. It'd be a lot easier if you were an inch shorter. You'd probably be 10 pounds lighter, and I could lift you up a little bit better.
Because when she needs to reach something on the top drawer or top shelf,
You're going to have to use the stairs anyway.
the stairs to the top shelf.
There's little portable stairs, a stool.
You know what you should get? You should get in your
One of those
kitchen,
machines
One
where
of
it goes up?
Yeah, well that, but also one of those things in libraries, like the rolling ladder
Ooh, yeah.
for your
that
cabinet,
would
so you can like
be
climb up and like, oh, I need
cool.
some spice. I'm gonna climb up and
We put our spices down
I get
low,
a spatula and I just kind of have to whack things off.
like a cat.
Like a cat, yeah.
You should get one of those. They have them at like in the Toys R Us or Walmart. The little claws.
yeah, the little like
Oh, I need that.
Some of them look like dinosaur heads.
or shark heads. Yeah,
No,
those are
That's what I
sick.
need.
I think that's what you need.
You know what? I don't want to. What's good?
Oh, I was just gonna say, or we could all give an inch
To me.
to Lindsay.
no, then I'd be 5'10". That's bad news for me.
Come on, Ryan.
No, I'm never having. I'm never. I would never get any respect again.
George, would you
if
give-
I was 5'10"?
3 inches for Lindsay. I'll give 1.
No, if Lindsay could reach the Cheez-Its and the cookies that I hide on the top shelf, then we would never have Cheez-Its and cookies when we need them.
Hide them somewhere else.
you have
Get a
regular
safe.
cheese?
Get a gun safe and put them in there.
Do you have hot and spicy Cheez-Its? Extra toasty Cheez-Its?
I like the regular kind.
See, I like extra toasty.
Extra toasty,
Extra toasty is
yeah.
where I'm
I've never
living.
had that kind.
Extra toasties, like, you could make them at home if you just put Cheez-Its in the microwave for a couple hours. But if you, the ones that come in the box are really good. They're crispy, they're crunchy. You were saying something before I.
Yeah, I just feel self-conscious because I don't really like to, like, I've been using the word cuck a lot lately because it's like it sounds like fuck, and people call me beta cuck like a lot on the internet, So I've just started, I'm trying to like take the word back, but I don't want to come off as somebody who, like calls people a cuck, in real life. You know what I'm saying? It's
that would
almost-
make you a fucking real cuck then.
yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying? It's like
We used to say it at the beginning of SuperMega before the alt-right took it and made
No,
it.
they took it away.
They did. So I want to reclaim it because there's
they
nothing
took-
wrong with watching your wife have sex with another man. Absolutely not.
While
So-
browsing Reddit for Pepe memes.
exactly. So there's nothing wrong with that. And I
And
want
then
to be able to
going,
take that
that's
back.
okay to them.
Exactly, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with
I
that
just think
scenario.
if you use the language, you might get misinterpreted. We're very concerned about how we're misinterpreted because
Do you feel like you're responsible for the misinterpretation of others?
That's a good question.
do I feel like I'm
Yeah, like do you feel like the person who is being misinterpreted is responsible for the misinterpretation that others derive from their work and stuff like that?
You mean like do I feel responsible when I'm misinterpreted from what I'm doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying I think it's important to just, people listening to this they might not know me. And it's kind of like, you guys can say it because they have a lot of background about you. And, we're all just trying to fit in.
They
and
know we're
whatnot.
alt-right trolls.
Right. But Vaporwave in particular, Vaporwave has a history. This genre of music that we dabble in has a long and storied history of a bunch of it got co-opted by the alt-right, and there was a whole subgenre called Fash Wave where it was like they take Donald Trump
I remember.
and put Donald Trump speeches over top of slow down music, and they call that a song, and people were like, using a bunch of offensive memes, and this is around maybe started in 2015 I think and went into 2017, and then it kind of we've been with the label 100% Electronica, we've made a really concerted and focused, actually trying to effort to just change the vibe, because in the beginning, between 2012 and 2014, everything was pretty chill. And then, some of the bigger artists in the scene got kind of controversial. And the previously biggest, the artists from the previous wave kind of went into hiding. And then, now we're trying to make everybody be nice to each other again. And I just wanted to say, I'm not one of these vapor cucks, but But, you know, I'm just, at the same time, like, I'm not an aggressive kind of like hateful person. I just, you know, I've got a dry sense of humor, and I'm just trying to fit in with the boys and be funny.
George, I appreciate you saying that,
and then putting the blame onto us.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
saying you're just trying to fit in with these edgy white men.
Yeah.
So if they're
Edgelords.
canceled, put it on them, not me. But I think that people.
No, I think you can get canceled for cuck, but I just think, you know, that word, I think now everybody kind of says it as a thing. But when I first heard it, it's because people are they're calling a snowflake beta cuck.
Yeah.
Well, they took it away from people like my father, who it used to accurately describe, and now it's
Now
just,
you
it's
can't even
thrown
use
around.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah, now it just means that you're like a herb.
Yeah, it just means that you vote blue, or it no longer means
Blue?
watching your wife. You vote for blue from the jungle. But if people are listening to this and this is your first time finding out about Lindsay and George, I go in the description. There's gonna be some links there. They have an incredible label. They both make incredible music. In fact, George he's been releasing some singles, and he's about to drop a full album with Nick Hexum, who is the lead singer of 311.
311.
So that album you guys have been making, it's called Aurora Summer. Is it called Aurora Summer?
No, that's just the name of one of the songs. It's the.
I thought that was the whole.
No, I know, because of the we were talking about this. You had a bottle and a half of wine, but we were talking about this yesterday, where it was.
So we weren't talking about it then.
Right.
'Cause it
Okay.
didn't-
Yeah. Well, just because we put all the singles up together under one release. When we released Aurora Summer as a single, we put all the other singles along with it, so that people, when they listen to the new single, which was called Aurora Summer, and the next song that plays on Spotify is like the previous single, then the one, you know, instead of just playing one and then going on shuffle and playing some other artists, we're trying to get those micro payments. So we came up with this idea to be like, every time we release a single, put the other song with it, even though we've already released it. So we had been seeing some other people do that, and that's like a kind of a brilliant idea if you start thinking about it, right? But we've released so many singles from this album. When we did Aurora Summer, it clicked over to 5, and that's when a single turns into an EP.
Right.
So then it like put it up there as like a proper release instead of just a single.
Oh,
And it
okay.
says Aurora Summer EP. And so
That's what I
everybody
thought.
thinks it's like, that's what we've been building up to. People who aren't paying a lot of attention don't even know that there's an album coming out. They think, hey, I really love the EP. It's really good. But the album, it just doesn't have a name. It's self-titled. It's George Clanton and Nick Hexum is the name of the album. And Aurora Summer is just the opening track.
Okay.
It's a
Okay.
banger, though.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
The entire project is incredibly nostalgic yet futuristic. It's like it's good memories from the future and the past meeting
Thanks,
together.
bro.
That's the way I
Yeah,
feel
bro.
about it. But just the fact that you've been making stuff with the lead singer of 311 is very admirable and cool, because growing up, I fucking first that I ever put on my iPod Shuffle was 311.
That's awesome.
Because it came up in my sister's iTunes library first.
Do you think that your fans, your listeners, do you think that your demographic knows 311?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because of Eric Andre?
Yeah,
or-
probably because
Okay.
of Eric Andre. Investigate 311.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Do you know 311, Ryan?
You sing their song to me all the time, right? The one you always go, do you know 311? And I'm like, I don't
seventh
know.
time this week. Do you know 311?
And then I'm like, I don't know. And then you sing that. I can't remember what the song
Beautiful
is.
Disaster?
Yes.
Amber?
It's Amber. Amber.
Oh, Amber is the color of your energy.
Yeah.
Good shit, though. So before we wrap
He's
this
a
up,
genius.
thank you.
You're going to wrap it? I thought we were just getting warmed up.
How long have we been going?
Well,
You only do one advertisement?
Here's another ad.
This episode is sponsored by HelloFresh. Get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door with HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh lets you skip those trips to the grocery store and makes home cooking fun, easy, and affordable. And that's what we all need right now, right, fellas? You know what I'm saying? Yep. HelloFresh's recipes are so delicious. It's got my mouth watering right now. HelloFresh offers so many recipes to choose from each week to help you break out of your recipe rut. There's something for everyone, including low-calorie, vegetarian, and family-friendly recipes each week. HelloFresh offers fresh, high-quality ingredients every week for a super flavorful experience. And let me tell you, it's got some flavors in it. Over 90% of ingredients are sourced directly from growers to ensure the freshest recipes are delivered to your door. HelloFresh offers contactless delivery to your doorstep for easy home cooking with the family. HelloFresh cuts out stressful meal planning and grocery store trips so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes. Or even 20 minutes with their quick recipe options. Let me tell you, I love those. Ain't that nice? HelloFresh's pre-proportioned ingredients means there's less prep for you and less food waste. Keep your fridge stocked by adding extra proteins or sides like garlic bread to your weekly order. Easily change your delivery days or food preferences, and skip a week whenever you need to. Feeding the whole family has never been easier, with larger box sizes for more servings and more savings. HelloFresh is committed to making fresh, delicious food available now more than ever, and has taken extra steps to keep its employees and customers safe. And they've donated over 2.5 million meals to charity in 2019. And this year, they're stepping up their food donations amid the coronavirus crisis. HelloFresh sent me and Ryan some delicious kits. And guess what? We had a great night at the SuperMegaplex where we whipped up a delicious meal. Was it good? I was on the floor, foaming at the mouth, and Ryan was screaming, calling for help because that meal was so damn good. Go to HelloFresh.com/SuperMega80 and use code SuperMega80 to get a total of $80 off, including free shipping on your first box. Additional restrictions apply. Please visit HelloFresh.com for more details. If you've seen me, you know I'm losing my hair at an alarming rate. It's really upsetting to both myself, my family, and my loved ones. But did you know that 2 out of 3 guys will experience some form of male pattern baldness by the time they're 35? Yeah! The best way to prevent hair loss is to do something about it while you still have hair left. That's where Keeps enters the picture. Boom! Get treated from home. You used to have to go to the doctor's office for your hair loss prescription. Now, thanks to Keeps, you can visit a doctor online and get hair loss medication delivered right to your home. They make it easy and deliver your medication every 3 months, so you can say goodbye to pharmacy checkout lines and awkward doctor visits. Keeps offers generic versions of the only 2 FDA-approved hair loss products out there. You may have tried them before, but probably never for this price. Mwah! Prevention is key. Keeps treatments can take up to 4 to 6 months or more to see results, so it's important to act fast. You don't want to keep losing that hair, fellas. The sooner you start using Keeps, the more hair you'll save. Find out why Keeps has more 5-star reviews than any of its competitors, and nearly 100,000 men trust Keeps for their hair loss prevention medication. Keeps treatments start at just $10 a month, plus for a limited time, you can get your first month free. Ryan's stepdad was on the verge of losing all of his hair, and Ryan's mom wouldn't sleep with him anymore. Using Keeps, Ryan's stepdad was able to keep that hair, and now he can sleep with his wife and as many other women as he pleases. If you're ready to take action and prevent hair loss like Ryan's stepdad Jim, go to keeps.com/SuperMega to receive your first month of treatment for free. That's KEEPS.com/SuperMega.
Okay, I'm legitimately interested, just because I know the way like I creatively go about creating stuff, and I've never personally created music or made music. I've just been I just watch people who do. And so when you're making music and when you start off, is it this feeling you get and you try to express that through music, or do you like, is it just a thought? Like how does one just create music? Because like I can't wrap my head around it, because it seems, from my perspective, it's way too complicated to even try to even make a cohesive idea. But how do you get to the point where like you've gotten to where you are?
I want to hear both you guys answer
Yeah,
that.
you want to take that one first, Lindsay?
That's a really good question.
Yeah, I guess it does seem kind of hard to imagine how you end up with a song, but
From a dumb like me who doesn't make music.
I think that most of the time I'm just playing around with different sounds that I like and imagining, okay, well, what kind of melody could this sound good doing? Or like just playing around. And sometimes it's like you can just hear a song in your head like that you make up, and then it's a lot easier to it's just kind of like if you had an idea for a story and then you just went to write it down.
But then like stuff changes as you go along. So like you have the idea, I guess, of the mood or tone in your head, and then as you're making it, like have you ever had a project where it turned out to sound completely different than from what you originally had in mind, for example? Or does it always stay consistent?
No, yeah, it always kind of changes. And sometimes I don't even have an idea of what it's going to be when I start, because I'm not always inspired. So sometimes you just have to start like just shooting things out, like
Just banging keys.
Just like shooting the shit, like how...
See what sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your
I think a
turn.
lot of people, have an idea and chase it, but it's not, so it's a different answer 100
Yeah, I'm
different people,
sure
100
it's
different
different
answers.
for everyone.
I guess I ask because when it comes to visual art, whether it's sketches that we work on in music videos, I can visualize the mood and the tone in my head. But with music, there's no visual to go along with that, at least in my head. There's a sound, but I can't visually kind of craft it. So I'm just interested how that process is.
I'm sure a lot of people can kind of maybe even visualize a scene of a movie in their head and then write music to match that. There's a lot of different, it's just going to depend on what type of personality you have, I think. But for me, I can't either. And if I have a song, if I'm in the shower and I have a song in my head, like maybe I'll write a song in the shower, but I'll just leave it there because there is no way, me personally, like Lindsay can, but I can't take a song from in my head and put it on paper because I put it on the computer, make it, write it, compose it. I don't have enough skill to, there's no pipeline there.
Okay.
So the way that I make music is I don't know how to play piano. I don't even know fingerings, like fingering positions, like how you hold your hands basically on what key intervals. Like
Shit's hard.
Here's the white key and then here's the black, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know about that. So what I do is I just kind of, like Lindsay said, work with a sound that I like. So basically like if you have a Casio keyboard at the Kmart, and you're going through presets 0 through 99, like, we're doing that all the time with all of our different synthesizers. Maybe we'll have like hundreds of thousands of patches at this point on our computer.
More
that we
than
could
you
choose from.
could ever really
More than you could
go
ever
through.
explore. And so that we just collect from different sources. That's another whole conversation. So a big part of what I do, me personally, is I'm digging like somebody who makes beats would dig through old vinyl records to look for like a new break or a new sample to like loop and like rap over top of. Like I'm doing that with like obscure and rare like synthesizer sounds, or maybe they're not even rare, but just that inspire me. And so I've collected like hundreds of thousands of them. And then I'll just start moving my almost at random moving my fingers on the keys until I kind of hit something that almost sounds like something, like a chord.
Like it's like you'll just fuck around until you feel it's like,
Until
oh
you-
shit,
you hear
that
those
was-
three
that
notes
was
together, you're
nice.
like, oh.
It's 3 notes together.
And you're like,
Exactly.
oh, that's
something like that.
I'm like,
I
build
picture
on
like
that.
when I picture a chef mixing ingredients, all of a sudden he goes,
Oh,
Exactly.
pistachios,
He had
dates,
something
and
good.
Exactly.
Bacon.
Yeah. It's same as a painting. I mean, like you're mixing colors and like putting shit on the canvas, and you're like, ooh, okay, I like that. I'll keep going with that.
that's it. If you take your colors and you mix it and you start putting it on a canvas and you're just doing it randomly, just from like maybe what looks good from a color, like this is kind of an interesting mix, and I'm interested in how if you're making an abstract painting, for example.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is interesting how this red blends into this blue, and then all of a sudden maybe you can kind of see, oh, this is making it kind of like a psychedelic cave, and then you finish it and it becomes a cave. That's how I have to start. I'm basically just throwing up paint, and then when it starts to look like something, then I can shape it, but only then. And I write lyrics after. I'll come up with a vocal melody once I have the song afterwards. I can't do what I think great songwriters do, which is write the song in their mind and then put
translate
it
it.
down. Yeah.
But I find something even like really cool about that method, because that's kind of the method a lot of what we do in the editing room is
Yeah, we don't know.
We'll sometimes we'll have shot something and we won't really like it. We'll just kind of be like, what the fuck is this? But then in the editing room, we'll fuck around with it and get it to the point where it's like, oh shit, we made something that we're proud of.
Yeah.
And if like just judging by like just what we had shot to like putting it together to what we ended up with, it's like, oh, we never even imagined that this would have been that. So it's kind of the
cool.
same thing. And when you write lyrics, do you because I'm not like a musician by any means, but if I have to write lyrics,
Oh, that's not true.
No.
Listen to this guy.
I go,
man.
I'll come up with just like a little rhythm, like I'll sing gibberish to what sounds good,
Yeah.
and then I'll fill in the gibberish with like, oh, I could put that word
We
there.
totally do that. I hear you doing it.
Is it ever hard just not to make that the song?
There's no artists that do. Well, there's scat artists, but
I actually
more artists
kind
that
of
just sing
like
gibberish.
do like half murmur, like like.
throwing some words.
And then I just listen to it and I'm like, what does this sound like I'm saying? And then I get like
It's
an
crazy
idea.
because we developed our when I met Lindsay, she had already made a few albums and me too. And when we met each other, like we make music, I feel like in a really unusual way. And it's pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Because I do the same thing. So I say when I am asked in like an interview or something, I describe it as I'm freestyling, and basically I'll just freestyle over the music as it hits me. If I get into the zone, I go, okay, I'm feeling it now, and I'll put the headphones on. You have the same microphone, and I start singing into it.
Do you use this one?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I
Get
use
in
this one half the
news.
time, and then I have another
Deep
one.
off in the pain.
Huh?
You get all Travis Scott on there.
Maybe.
Bro, you go sicko mode on there? You go sicko mode when you make
Yeah,
music?
more like the sad boy crybaby sicko mode. But I'll be saying stuff that I don't really even realize it makes sense, but it might be something there. And then I'll go back like there's a, like in my plug my fan club. In my fan club, I have like
Which everyone listening should join, by the way.
right. You fucking, C word. So if you cuck.
That's
Oh, thank God, dude. I thought you said the other C word.
You can go. I have the recordings that I post of me doing it, and it's like it starts off like dun 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 dun, and we can convene and make it forever.
Yeah.
I don't know. We can convene and make it forever. It's like, I guess that makes sense. Like, yeah, that makes sense. And then I just convince myself that this shit
Well,
makes
no one
sense.
questions it. Because, like, if I listen to anyone else's lyrics, in my mind, it's like, oh, yeah, they know what that means. Like, that just means something. But, like, if I wrote lyrics that made no sense, I'm sure people would listen and be like, oh, yeah, those are lyrics. That makes sense. But, like, to me, I'd be like, I hate this. These aren't real lyrics. These aren't.
The less sense that they make, the more I like them, because
I feel
they do make
disingenuous.
sense, but this is how I feel about it. It's obviously it's different for everybody, but when I go back, it's like, holy shit, this whole song is about this thing that's going on in my life. And I don't even realize it until I'm done freestyling it. It's like you get into another realm, and maybe your subconscious is writing
kinda
it.
spills out.
And it might be kind of a safety mechanism that I developed early on because it's so embarrassing to like try to write lyrics.
Yeah, it
And
is.
that's like one of
I
the
hate it. It's so cringy.
It is, because I'm like, oh, God, people are going to hear this and just cringe. And I'm
if
like,
you don't have anything to say, when you're getting started, I think that's like the biggest hurdle, because even though it's obviously terrible, when people are getting started and they're making music, they think it's good. Everybody does. Everybody thinks that their first song sounds awesome. They're like, be and they'll be like, oh, hey, would you mind like listening to my song, give me some feedback? And
It's 100% me.
And that's the whole thing. And they'll send it to us, and they'll be like, what do you do you think that this could be on 100% Electronica? And they'll be like, I'm 15 and I've been making music for almost a whole year now, and I just bought my first MIDI keyboard, and they'll be explaining it. It's like, well, that's how I was when I was 15,
Yeah.
But, you got to obviously have a long way to go. And one of the hard parts is, how do you write lyrics if you don't have, if you're not a poet, or you feel like you have anything to say? So I think that I started off with, some different exercises. And one of them is just kind of like just letting it flow out of you. But then you go back, and my latest solo album, Slide, is like 80% of those lyrics are just freestyled. And then if there's something about it, and a lot of them are first take vocal takes. But
Wow.
That's
if-
really crazy.
Really?
That's insane.
like Dumb, the song Dumb is,
That's the first song I ever found of yours. Was
yeah,
Dumb.
that song is freestyled and first vocal take.
That's
Really?
so insane.
I want to go back and listen to that now.
Because
really
that
good.
is like that vocal take is like so good.
And
I
it
have both
almost
of y'all's albums on my wall in my bedroom.
Ooh.
Because when I came over to the studio and you guys gave me those vinyls, I was like, I've been meaning to put vinyls on my
They're
wall.
beautiful.
So I just,
Oh.
they're really high quality. The way you guys produce, like how Neggy Jimmy's vinyl, like the album is like shiny. I don't know how to describe it. It's like the cover is
foil board.
I
foil board.
printed
Yeah, it's
it
pretty. It's
on like
beautiful.
aluminum cardstock, so even the print on the back, the photograph on the back has this like
Yeah, I
crazy
know. I love
metallic
it.
thing.
Same with the FM Skyline one.
Yeah.
And also for those who actually, I can tie two worlds together.
Dan Mason.
Dan Mason, the person who their song Every Time I Cry.
No, which one do you
Every
use?
Time I Cry.
Oh,
That's a
every
theme song, the
time
current
I-
theme song to our podcast. And if you remember all those old ass SuperMega videos with that vaporwave music, like the do-do-do-do-do-do-do, also Dan
Like in our
Mason.
vlogs and all that.
Yeah, and Dan Mason is on your label, 100% Electronica.
That's
so
true. That's
kind of
true.
a weird coincidence. It's all.
Yeah.
Well, not really. I mean, I think that, you added me on Twitter. I think it's pretty logical, like how these
part of my
things
plan.
take place. It's just like a small world. Like if you're into this kind of thing, one thing leads to another.
And Frank was our first. I know he's not 100%, but he was our first friend we made out in LA, and we moved out here. It was Frank.
Yep.
Yeah.
Another person that you reached out to.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Frank kind of reached out to me. I thought Frank was this massive celebrity, and I was so scared to talk to him. And then he reached out and was so nice.
Now, would you describe Frank as down to earth?
Very well. He's on it. He's on
his
Earth,
own
but
planet.
on
Down to
another
Mars.
planet.
He's on.
Yeah.
He's-
I love Frank.
He's down
great.
to some unnamed planet in a different solar system.
I could just watch YouTube videos with him all day. He always has
Oh.
a good playlist of good shit
Frank's
to
great.
watch.
Frank is
It's easy to get along with.
He can get along with anybody. You could sit him down with like a horrible dictator, and they'd have fun together. Like they get along.
You'd be like, yeah, that's cool.
I guess I see having like people, like 1 million people in your army. It's actually like if you look at these frequencies and if you take shrooms, it's really fascinating. Neo capitalism and like it's just so fucking weird. He always comes over. He came over recently because we did a music video for him, and he was like asking us. He was like, "Have you guys ever looked into some super long scientific word frequencies?" And I was like, "No, I haven't. Of course I haven't. Like, no one has except you."
He's the
I
one that
love
gave
him.
us the fun fact, though, that the person who coined the term meme was Richard Dawkins, which I thought was crazy.
He was on the second episode of our podcast.
Yep.
200 episodes ago from this one.
Wow.
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 Damn, son.
Yeah. Well, Frank's a wild dude. Frank's brain is like a fried egg in the best way possible.
Like those 90s commercials.
Yeah. Frank's brain is the after of those commercials.
Yeah.
But he's the rare example of where it's not bad, where it's good. Does that make sense?
Yeah. He's woke.
Yeah, he's super woke. But he's woke on like other terms of like universal wokeness.
He's like
two
a
different
fried
dimensions.
egg made by a celebrity chef.
Yes. That
Who prays to a god that definitely exists.
And while the celebrity chef was carrying the egg to go put it on the plate, he tripped and a wormhole opened up and the egg went through like 5 dimensions and then came back out on the other side a little bit different.
And now it can talk, has a personality, has a mind of its own.
And a mustache.
And you have to respect it. And even though you want to eat that egg, it's your new friend.
I want
and it's
to eat
Frank.
that egg. Yeah.
That's a good way
Frank's
to
that
describe
egg
Frank.
that
Ah.
you want to eat but can't because you have so much respect for it.
Exactly.
Now listen, I've got to actually that makes me think of something because when Ariel Pink was on our podcast last week, he was having a little bit of a manic episode. And
Really?
Oh yeah. Did you watch it?
I watched a little bit. I would never guess Ariel Pink would have a manic episode.
Well, I guess it's hard to tell when he's on and when he's off, but
That was a joke. I can
Oh, okay.
absolutely see
Okay.
Ariel.
so and he was talking about as we typically do, we're getting into reptilians and stuff like that.
Well, when Adam's around,
which she's on every episode.
that's what's going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
So we were talking about reptilians and conspiracies and whatnot, and I had this great idea. So I want to, I can't talk about it right now, but you never know who's going to be listening, because it might be a show producer who goes, this guy's got ideas. I can tell his idea is really good. So I wanted that. Have you guys ever gotten tapped by Adult Swim or anybody over there producing cartoons?
Never Adult Swim. The only person-
Adult Swim has sent us free boxes
For
of
the-
goodies
for
games that they want us to promote or play.
So they're aware of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've been tapped by Sony TV, but we never returned
What happened
their call.
with that? Did we not? Was that our fault?
That was our fault. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Dude. Oh.
But the opportunity's not gone. It's just
Might be.
I mean, it could be.
it was
I
the
mean,
reality TV department though, the unscripted department.
But could
So
you imagine us like that? Well, we can't do anything with COVID.
They wanted us to be on 90 Day Fiance.
Could you,
Dude, I'd love
could
to
you
be on
imagine a
Survivor.
travel thing, a travel survival thing with you and I?
Dude, I've been watching Naked and
That would
Afraid.
be sick.
If you and I need to be on a show like Naked and Afraid, we have to survive
Yes.
in like the Maldives for like 21 days naked.
But this is another tangent. We
Yeah,
were on,
sorry,
we were on a
sorry.
separate tangent. This is
like
the
that
problem
one.
that,
Has Adult Swim
that I
hit you up?
explained to you.
No, absolutely not. No,
Because
no, no.
your show is like when I was watching it. I mean, so when I came on your podcast, the first 5 minutes I met you guys, Adam said, "Here, smoke this marijuana," and I said, "Oh, that'll calm me down. I don't know these guys. I'm going on a live podcast. I'm a little nervous, so I smoked a joint with
Yeah.
Adam, and I didn't realize that it was
Strong.
Cryptocron.
it was pretty much like PCP, and I took it, and you guys are like, "All right, Matt, nice to meet you. Come have a seat on the couch with all these cameras," and I sat down, and that was one of those rare times where you're just too high, and I was like, my heart was pounding.
Was it apparent that he was too high? Or?
Yeah, you
Yes.
look like the cat with like when you dropped a piece of ham on the top of its head. You know that gif?
Because you have a huge monitor to read all the chat, and every comment was like, "What the fuck, Matt's so blazed," and I was trying not to, and I'm trying not to look high, but I like my eyes are just bright pink, and you can go back and watch it on your channel on YouTube. And
Yeah,
it's-
and then we got him
you
to do
could tell.
poppers, and then his little hands were like shaking like a
did
goddamn
pop?
crypt keeper.
yeah,
or
because
something.
Adam, the other guy on their stream, he's really into like video synthesizing and VHS stuff, and he uses poppers are a chemical used to clean like VHS heads.
he doesn't clean
But
shit.
yeah, he doesn't. But they offered me poppers on the
That's just a
podcast. I was like, sure.
coincidence.
And this was really expensive, really nice poppers, the champagne of poppers. And I-
$38 popper.
And I was already really blazed, and I did that, and I went blind first. You can see my face.
Oh my
If you go
God.
back and watch it, I'm like, I almost. You looked at me, you're like, are you okay?
Yeah, I had to get him some Cheez-Its.
And Soylent, yeah, that really helped. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
What was I saying that led to this though?
Take care of my babies.
I was saying something that led into the whole talk about
We were talking-
Adult Swim. I was saying that whole podcast, like, I could see Adult Swim picking this up as a show or something on their internet website.
And you know what I'm wondering is that does their internet platform, if I was to live on their internet platform, I feel like maybe we would start off with a little bit of a bigger audience, but you're going to have a capped growth potential because you don't have that like Twitch, YouTube availability. I'm just guessing. Don't you think that that's right?
If like you're on their website,
If you go live on their website, you're
Like
not
Fish Center?
simulcasting on Twitch.
you guys could be the first. You could work out a deal with them where it's like, this is Adult Swim, but it's going to be
That would
on
be
these different
excellent. I would love to do that.
That's what they got to do. It's like, I know they want to promote their own platform, but if they want the most numbers,
Well, there's a lot of money to be made in Twitch now. You could take up the mantle that Dr. Disrespect left.
Exactly.
And, do that.
and how about Jordan
That's
Speaks? He's like, I have no
probably
idea who
that's
that is.
you don't know who that is?
I do.
Oh, you
I know.
do?
I don't know who he is. I know that he got kicked out for some reason. I know what he looks like. He looks like the guy who says, "Ooh, you touch my tra la la."
Yeah, it was big in Twitter moments, man.
It was
no
huge in
longer
Twitter
on
moments.
Twitch.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is that's millions of dollars.
There's millions in Twitch. We knew somebody.
Not for us though. I think you got to be like screaming at Fortnite to be.
You don't have to be screaming at Fortnite. Yes, we scream at video games, and we're very successful. But
Yeah.
you can be the first person to just be.
Yes,
chill.
we scream at video games, and we're very successful.
But I think that no, you guys have a very good niche, a very good place with your stream. And honestly, I if you guys take one thing away from this podcast, it's go watch the 100% Electronica stream. Does the stream have a name?
It's got a terrible name. We call it the Big Stream.
That's what I thought. I love that though. Go watch the big stream. Link will be in the description every Thursday.
5 p.m. Pacific time.
Y'all get cool ass guests like Ariel Pink and
This week we're supposed to have. This probably won't go up until it's already happened. So,
yeah. This is next week's episode.
we're getting confirmation today. If the flight doesn't get canceled, then Small Black. You know Small Black?
I don't actually.
Okay. Kind of a seminal chill wave band. Like, they've been around for a long time and have some kind of iconic chill wave albums.
Ooh.
They're going to be on the stream this week, and then next week you're going to be on.
Yeah,
so
next
maybe
Yes, I am.
maybe when they're listening to this, you'll be on the same day.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be going on. What's the day? July 23rd?
It's the
Is it 3rd?
27th or
I thought it was the day I got back from
I
South
don't know,
Carolina,
maybe
which is
it's
the 23rd.
It's Thursday. It's the day that my album comes out. Is what it is.
Okay, so look up when George's album comes out. It's in the 20th of July, and it's gonna be fun. So come.
It's
tune
the
in.
last Thursday in July,
Okay, the last Thursday in July. There you go. Perfect.
and it's probably, we could say, quote, this Thursday when this thing goes live. If they're listening to it,
This coming Thursday.
yeah,
you guys should both come.
yeah.
You got to come see this setup. I think that
I'd love to.
it would blow Ryan's mind. It blew.
I don't
But I-
know.
but-
I think
but
that you
I
have to be
also-
a big. I think you have to be a big fan to be like as much as he is.
Well, even if I didn't know who you guys were, I'd be blown away. They have a live stream that plays their music 24/7.
I watched your episode.
No,
Well,
not that
all of
live
it,
stream. They have a
but-
separate one with a camera in their studio where with chat commands you can move the camera and change the speed of the music and like zoom in and turn lights on and off, like neon lights and little alarm lights. So just by watching the live stream you can like 24/7 like change the colors of the lights, and it's really cool.
And we use that as the soundtrack to the show because we have the rights to play it back. You know how you can't play music that you don't have permission to. So
Yeah.
we use that as the background. But then people, because it's our 24-hour stream is 100% camera on Twitch, and our weekly streams are 100% electronica. So, oh my God.
Did you forget
Is it
something?
Tuesday or Monday?
It's Monday.
Oh my
Monday?
God. Thank God it's Monday. I thought it was Tuesday for a second.
What's Tuesday?
Tuesday's just
court
another
appearance?
stream that goes
Oh.
live at 5, and it's 5 now. So I was like, oh my God. I keep forgetting to like set these streams up
Hey,
for the other
welcome
people.
to our life.
Well,
Yeah.
thankfully, I know every Monday is the day that I decide to pick up Lego's poop from the yard. So it is Monday because
Lego's a dog?
That's
Yes.
his dog. He has a beautiful dog. Looks like if you were to take a wolf and genetically enhance it to be like
He's a blonde
cute
German
and
Shepherd.
beautiful.
He's a fully
Oh
blonde
my
German
God.
Shepherd.
He's very he has big pointy ears.
He has, like-
goofy face.
I love him. Well, of course, he's my dog. I mean, what am I gonna say? I hate him. He sucks. I wish I didn't own him.
Some people say that.
I love
I
big
couldn't imagine.
wolf dogs.
He's you gotta show her a picture.
I'm
he's
gonna
the
show you all a
cutest.
picture. I'm gonna be one of those people. Hey,
Look at my doggo.
look at my dog.
Can I pet your heckin' doggo?
If I can find a picture where I don't make him look stupid on purpose.
No, those are the best pictures though.
Or or where? No, hold on.
You were telling me though other people you're planning to get on your podcast, and I don't want to spoil anything, but I think people should start subscribing and tuning in because some
Yeah,
really
we got some feelers out, but it's definitely going to be more, especially when coronavirus. It's going to be a while, but I think that it would be so much easier to have people on if people were touring.
and they're in LA.
coming
Yeah.
through. Yeah.
It would just, because a lot of our friends, some of our friends that would be willing to kind of help us out, big name friends that would want to help us out in this kind of formative time for the make or break time for the podcast as we're growing,
Yeah.
would want to like, because you could say, oh, well, we've had this for strangers. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I'm
what
looking
a
at Lego right
cute
now.
Yeah, he's cute. What a
baby.
cutie.
You get a lot of tail from that thing.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, you know he does.
Shit.
I watch it sometimes. It's crazy.
You have to clean out the asshole.
Mhm.
Did you know that? No, it's a thing that like groomers have to do.
Oh,
They have to drain it.
no, I know that
Yeah.
because Billy, the kitten I currently possess, he has a swollen asshole that smells really bad, and it's because it needs to be.
Because you did that
Oh
thing.
gosh.
Okay.
But
Hey, guys,
continue what you were
how's it
saying, George, about
was
big
I-
name friends helping out the podcast.
Oh, well, it would be easier
Like
if these
Kanye.
If yeah, right. We go way back, but to have people on and because there's only so many people in LA. We haven't been in LA that long, and ever since we've been in LA, we haven't been really social. Just been really busy because like last year, just all the things that are going on. It's been a busy time for us, and we always keep saying, "Oh, well, let's go be socialites at some point," but then I just take on another job basically.
I mean, you guys
but-
grinding. Like I don't want to sound like you get grinding, dude. But
Yeah.
like, it's
I'm a workaholic. Well, I'm trying to stack this paper before the world ends, which is just around the corner.
right around the corner. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I tell my parents. They're like, don't you want to come home? And I'm like, don't you want to like relax? But I don't know. You get this fear of if you stop the machine, then you'll become irrelevant and you won't be able to make.
That's
Wow,
where
it's
we are
almost
right
like
now.
we had this talk at the end of last week in our kitchen for like 30 minutes.
And at the end of every podcast for the past like month or 2 months.
Literally
You
at the
can't
end
take
of
a
every
break.
single one.
Well,
But
when
you
you have
could-
such an amazing platform or presence, how can you not be excited about it? And
Yeah,
how
it's the
can-
dream
how
that
can
we
you-
always wanted, and now we have it. So
Same.
It's like,
It's
yeah.
just if there's something weird about COVID that's made me just lose so much motivation, and I'm going home for a break. It's gonna be a refresher. Ryan's gonna try crack for the first time. That's gonna be a refresher, and we're gonna come back stronger and better than ever.
I believe it.
Also, your fan club, I started signing up the other night, and then I realized that I got to the credit card part, and I realized I didn't have my credit card. But I promise you today, I'm gonna sign up because
What are you going to do when you're a member of the fan club?
Go into the Discord.
yeah, I'll be in the Discord. No, the perks of your fan club are so fucking cool though.
You gotta join. You gotta just. I don't know if you want to like interact with the Discord. and
I would
draw a lot
definitely
of
interact with
attention
the
to yourself,
Discord.
but you gotta just come in there and see what's good with the Discord because
It's really good.
sometimes, yeah, it's like it's great. There's a lot going on in there, and
The drama.
sometimes
Discord always has drama.
Yeah, well, no, ours usually doesn't, but it's grown a lot lately, and then you might we've had a couple, at least one. I'll just say one wild card, and maybe a couple if you count some stuff that other people don't realize is an issue.
Oh, it happens in all Discords. That's
Yeah.
that's why we don't have an official Discord. Because we toyed with the idea, but then we
But
saw
it's
just
cool.
what
It's
happens
cool.
on fan Discord.
It's not a big problem. It's just kind of, I don't know. I guess it's not like a shit show. It's just kind of like there's a whole culture in there. I'm not dissing it. I'm coming off the wrong way, I think, a little bit. It's like you just have to see it to believe it. It's it's
Fully,
a whole
fully.
culture in there.
I'll join it.
And
I'll join the Discord.
Sometimes I don't. I'm always, Lindsay sees me in there just kind of like stalking it all the time, but sometimes I just can't get into it. So I only really like dig in there when I have a good hour to like get all the follow-up questions. So sometimes I just go in there to kind of give people the alert, like we just added 10 more Windows 96 records. Giving them a heads up, the insider trading knowledge, the insider trading deals.
right. That's valuable information.
But sometimes they be trying to get all my secrets, so I have to like spread that out over time.
Oh yeah, it's like birdseed. You have to.
Right.
You can't
It's basically
pouring it all out at once for the birds.
There's one how it's done secret per month.
I like that.
You know what I
See,
mean?
George tells me those every day. He calls me up first thing in the morning. Well, we wake up early and we say the pledge allegiance to the grind because we both grind. We say, I pledge allegiance to the grind. I'm up early as hell trying to get mine. And then he gives me some insider secrets. So I'm sure you guys are jealous, but if you go George joins fan club, if you go join George's fan club, you can get all those secrets. And before we go,
Please.
do you have a lot of people on your label, and we have an incredibly large amount of Vaporwave fans in our fan base, and I'm sure a lot of people know a lot of these artists and don't even realize that they're on your label. You want to name some of those artists?
Or name drop? It's name drop hour,
Let's name
baby.
drop. We just released a couple iconic records from Windows 96.
Love Windows 96.
We got myself, George Clanton, but one thing that you might not know, I'm also, for some people, better known by Esprit, and you might be referring to it as E-Spirit your whole life
what I
without
thought it was.
realizing that you're adding extra letters there.
This is news to me, actually. I thought it was E-Spirit, followed by some
Really?
Japanese kid. Well, that's how I found you, was years ago when I was like heavy in my Vaporwave phase. I would hear your music all the time.
Yeah.
And then later I found George Clanton, and I didn't realize you were the
Same person.
Same person. And then once because I think I actually found you from the track that you did together with your two personas.
Okay.
Which one is that?
I did a whole album where I just tagged both of them because
200%?
I was sick of people
That's how I found
not
it.
knowing the difference. And so I was like, it's the same person.
Also, I kept seeing your billboards around LA, and I was like, "Oh, that's that guy I've listened to."
So the billboards are
the
doing
billboards
something.
do work. I've seen for over a year multiple of your billboards around LA, and I'm like, "Oh yeah." I mean, I saw you once at a coffee shop. I didn't say anything because I didn't know you yet.
What coffee shop?
Caldy.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
George loves for people to come up to him.
Well, I saw you sitting out, and I was like, "Fuck, that's
He really does.
I saw you, and I was with Harrison, who you met yesterday. I was like, "Dude, I think that's George Clanton." And I was like, he's like, "Go say hey." I was
Wow,
like,
that's funny because if you came up and said hey, and after it was all over, Lindsay would have said, "No two people look more like Clantonites than those two."
than me and Harrison. Yeah, I get that. But who else is on the?
There's a look.
There is a look.
Yeah.
I need to start parting my hair in the middle once it gets a little bit longer. I'm gonna just steal your look.
What was it? Oh, more people on the label, or
Got
was there
FM
another?
Skyline.
FM Skyline, Dan Mason, Death Dynamic Shroud, Negative Gemini,
That's you.
Equip,
Equip.
Whip. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
surfing.
Love
yeah,
surfing.
surfing. You know, of deep fantasy fame.
You got all those people. So go check it out, guys. Links will be in the description for all their stuff. If you're bored, go give it a listen because it's that good shit. And Ryan's new album is coming out this week, so keep your eyes peeled for that.
Oh.
Ryan's got a synth pop album coming out. Very excited for that.
Wait, do you mean this week or
Really?
next? Next.
when this drops, Ryan's new album is coming out.
So we're going head to head in the same week.
Unfortunately. Well, we'll see.
What's the name of your album again?
The fuck?
I just named it Chicken.
Honestly, I'd listen to an album called
it's-
Chicken by Ryan.
Well, I hope you do.
I will. I promise I will. I'll buy your merch too. All right, but again, thank you so much to George and Lindsay for coming on. The incredible
yes. Thank you
the
for
incredible
You know
duo.
what?
Thanks for having
Give
us.
yourselves a round of applause.
I have been this whole
Wow.
gig.
Seriously, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us. I love this lovely studio. You got to make sure that your listeners know what the situation is. I guess that they already do.
What's the situation? I don't even know. What the
You're
situation
in this palace on the
It's a
Pacific.
lituation.
Yeah, we are in the palace.
That's right. It's in the Palisades. Actually,
The
It's-
Plex.
You can. It overlooks the Pacific Coast Highway, and it's beautiful.
Listen, you know what's funny about that? That's what it's going to be in a couple years, don't you think?
Fingers crossed.
When we blow up.
I can't wait to drive 2 hours. Every
Hey,
day
who's
to the
that
office.
blonde motherfucker that like loots and's a little prick? He's probably your friend.
What?
Who?
Who's
The-
that blonde fuck?
Is he a
Who's that
streamer?
blonde fuck?
Yeah, he's like the number one YouTube, like little-
PewDiePie?
No,
Ninja?
He's blonde.
number 5.
Number 5,
Ninja.
Markiplier. Jacksepticeye.
Dude, who you thought? What do they do?
Ren
He's
and
like, come on, bro, like,
Oh, Jake Paul.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
You knew who he was.
he knew. He didn't want to admit it. He knew it.
You know who
Yeah,
that
Jake
is.
Paul, bro.
I thought that was
He does
two
music.
people.
There's two.
There's
Jake
Logan
and
Paul and Jake Paul. Logan Paul was the one who filmed the guy who committed suicide in the Japanese forest. Jake Paul is just the dumber version of that guy. So
There's so many controversies with both of them.
So
I
you're
can't-
best friends.
yeah.
No, but those guys, they have big money, right?
Oh, I mean, he
Or are they born rich?
And
No.
egos to match.
he made a video. I remember he's like, when I was 22, I bought my first house for $5 million. It's like, wow, I'm doing something wrong. So
Or maybe you're doing something
I'm
right.
doing something right. Because you know what? You know what I have that they don't? A
Friends?
soul and real friends that don't care about me just for money. Right, George?
What?
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we're going to dip out of here. George owes me a little kiss on the lips because I'm actually going to be getting on a plane later tonight, and he
We've
promised.
both been tested.
We have both been tested, and he knows I'm scared of flying.
Ooh,
So.
when was the last time you were tested? Like, okay. Never mind. I'll ask you after
Well, what
the
have you been
podcast
tested
ends.
for? Because I'm not talking about COVID.
Oh, right.
And if you were, then we need to clear up some other
You
stuff.
can't
because
catch that from kissing.
Okay, that's actually a fact, guys. You heard it here from George Clanton. Said you cannot catch COVID from kissing.
That's not what I
So
said.
go out and kiss.
I said the other thing.
Herpes.
Herpes.
can
You
catch
can
that
get
from
that.
kissing.
Lindsay gave it to me.
End the episode right when Lindsay says herpes.
Herpes. Okay. Damn, thank you guys so much. That was a great episode.